Good morning, everybody. This is Tell the World Nation's call. I am NVP Christy Card. I'm so excited to have you on today. We have an incredible special guest. I cannot wait for you, Ms. Haley, to be sharing your story and your tips and your awesomeness. You guys are on fire. So I can't wait. So I'm going to just quickly go over some announcements and some of the information, because I know you guys, we said that we'd be sharing some news this morning, and we are. So make sure your team is on because they don't want to miss this news. So first things first, welcome to the team. If you are new and this is your first call, we have free signups, obviously, from now until the end of October. You guys, we have been busting it out with PCs. We have so many new PCs. I think we have more new PCs than we ever have before mid-month, which is incredible. So make sure you're sharing with PCs, but also share the business, you guys. That is how we duplicate and grow this business, because you do want to add more business builders to your team. Obviously, Haley is such a good example of that and her entire team. So maybe she can touch on that a little bit. The clean swap and makeup set, you guys, that clean swap set is still available till the end of October. The makeup set is still available till the end of October. Let your current PCs and your current consultants know about that. GTC, I posted this literally yesterday. November 1st is the day that you can register for GTC. There is an early bird fee only for 2 weeks. So you literally have from November 1st through November 15th to get the early bird GTC pricing. Otherwise, it goes up $100 on November 16th. So don't forget to register. There is a payment plan that if you need to access that, I think it's over 3 months. So, but you just have to do it within the first 2 weeks so that you get your spot. And we have an incentive for the swag bag and the GTC fee being covered. If you guys rock out October, you guys know our team is doing that special incentive. So make sure you're booking your calendar like crazy, because you could win your GTC fee, which will be a blast. You guys, GTC is something you do not miss. It is 100% an absolute. I've never missed one. This will, I think, be my 8th or 9th. I don't even know. It's the best 3 days of my life every year. And you learn so much. You grow so much. It's literally priceless, like literally priceless. It is the best event to go and grow and learn about our company and fill yourself full of beliefs. You got to get there. So make it a plan to bring you and multiply your team and bring back an area or a region or a nation when you go. All right, so Ben's Bash, you guys. Sarah's Ben's Bash is December 6th. Make sure you write that down on your calendar if you're in Southern California. If you're not in Southern California, absolutely schedule out when you want to fly in. If you do want to fly in and be there, we'd love to have you. So that is the 6th, and then our Christmas party is the 7th. We did that on purpose, so those of you who do want to fly into town, you guys can go to Sarah's Ben's Bash on Friday night and the Christmas party on Saturday. And there's that area manager special dinner. So many of you want to be an area manager by December 1st, then you can go to the area manager dinner. So make sure that you're there and that you're rocking out your business and growing. So Sarah's going to share the new news and then hand it on over to Haley, because I can't wait for her to share. So go ahead, Sarah.
Hey guys, good morning. Oh my gosh, so many exciting things. Okay, so we have a couple updates. So you may have seen, we posted it on our team page that we have a new live. We're going to be plugging in with the Be the Light, Dream, and Healthy Living Leaders Nation. So that's Zoe, Shay, and Aaron Farrell's nations. And so we're multi-nation coming together, and we're going to be utilizing the same lives on Wednesdays for Healthy Happy Hour and Sundays for Discover Our Bonds. So this is really great, you guys. It's going to be both times, Wednesday and Sundays will be at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's nice. It's a little bit earlier than ours was. So for when we're talking about people on the East Coast, it's not quite as late. And what is really amazing about this, you guys, is we're really leveraging the learning. We're leveraging diversity. And so this is an incredible opportunity to really plug into the top leaders, not only within our multi-nations, but also all of Arbonne. And so you guys, this Sunday, we have at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Seth and Amy Perry, who are a partnership, National Vice President partnership. They're former gym owners and trainers. Their story, you guys, is incredible. So what you want to do, I know Christy posted it inside of our Facebook page, but think right now, you guys, think today and message every person you know who's a trainer, who's a gym owner, who's a dance instructor, Pilates instructor, yoga instructor, CrossFit, Orange Theory, like literally everybody that you can think of that's in the wellness world of instruction and fitness that is trading time for money. And so you want to invite them on, invite everybody, but this is a great way to jog your memory. Okay, who are the people I know that are in this place, right? So get on there, share that. Also, okay, something really, really exciting that we've been working on for a while that is finished is we have what is called a s'more. So this is a link. It's going to be posted inside of our Tell the World Nations Facebook page and also on our website. But what this is a link that you can send your new 30-day clients. So some of you may have been sending emails, some of you may have been sending text messages, and then we're also obviously plugging them into the Facebook group. But this link is amazing, you guys. It literally has all the recipes, the avoid list, the include list, the instructions, a daily suggested schedule with a time frame. And it's in a simple form in a link that you can just text to your clients right away and boom, done. You're done and they have it on their phone. So a quick reminder, Christy did an incredible training on apps, WordBoard. If you have not gotten WordBoard and added that to your phone, do it ASAP, because this is where it's going to leverage your time, and you have all these things like your link for the s'more, like your link for Discover Arbonne, your personal mission statement, all your individual messages for your 30-day people, for new consultants, for reach outs. Create a word board. It's literally, I think it's like $7.99. It's a one-time fee. It's not something that you have to pay over and over again. And it is the best way to really, really leverage your time, especially so many of us are busy. And also, even if you have more time than others, who doesn't want to like reserve their time, right? And not waste their time. Also, we have another s'more. It's going to be posted after the call. That's for pregnant and nursing new mamas. So it's 30-day instructions for new moms. So this is a great way to share that for people that are post-baby. Okay. So with that, those are our updates. They're good. You can find them on our website and also on our team page. And now I get the pleasure of introducing our guest trainer, NVP Haley Duncan, soon to be ENVP Haley Duncan, because I think she has like 5 people on her team in national vice president qualifications. But a little quick background about Haley. She has an MBA and a background in commercial real estate, and she's a mom of 3 young kids and a wife. And she started her business in Arbonne a little over 6 years ago and promoted to national vice president last year. She will be promoting 5 new RVPs this year out of her central nation, and she has earned the NVP challenge for 2020 already. And Haley, I was like trying to do the math. What do you have like within the last year, like I think it was like the end of last year to now, like 7 new regional vice presidents in your downline?
Well, last year, this time, so like basically October 2018, I was a regional vice president of 1.
Wow.
And now, so basically in the last year, promoted to regional vice president. Or we're going to promote 10. We have 2 promoting this month. Isn't that crazy?
That's amazing. Okay, so girl, I'm going to hand it over to you. We cannot wait. I've got my pen and paper ready. We are ready to hear from you.
All right. Thanks, Christy and Sarah, for asking me to be on today. And I know Sarah was like, give me a little background about you. And I sent that to her. And I was like, wow, I'm pretty amazing. And then hearing you say that, I was like, wow, it's kind of cool. And because my Arbonne journey, I wouldn't be able to say all those things throughout my Arbonne journey. So if you're on here, and I guess my hope for the next 10 minutes to share with you is to give you the hope that you can manifest your goals and your dreams and close out this decade strong. So I'm Haley Duncan, like was mentioned, and I just moved to San Clemente, California. I started my business a little over 6 years ago, and a good friend of mine, she invited me to her launch party. I was not interested in Arbonne when she would mention it here and there, but she invited me to her event, and she said it would mean a lot to her if I came. So I showed up, and that's where I met EMVP Holly Kleiman, and she was the area manager. I'm sure you are familiar with Holly. And so I met her as an area manager, and I started my business with a huge vision. So I was one of the people that was like, I'm going to be a national vice president. So I had that vision right off the bat. My first year in business, no one joined my team. So that kind of was like, okay, well, I still had that vision, but I'm like, maybe it's going to take a little bit longer. It was then that I realized that the missing link, I wasn't doing the mindset work. And so I started reading. So when I first started my business, I got all the books recommended. I put them on my nightstand, and I maybe read 1 or 2 books in a year. And I just didn't get into that habit, even though I wanted to. So I started reading consistently. I started saying affirmations, and I was consistent in my activity and my personal growth. I also wrote a winning image story. So that is key to, I think, my growth in business. And so we can talk about that a little bit. And I reviewed it daily. And every time I read my winning image story, I would well up with emotion. So I truly felt it in, the core of my being. And 6 months, I went from a district manager to a regional vice president. So it was truly incredible to see how that mindset shift showed up in my business big time. And then I hit region, and it was a huge goal of mine, right? And my old habits crept in. I stopped being consistent. I had a solid region, and my business stayed stable for over 3 years. And my husband said one day, I saw it in you when you went region, but I haven't seen it since. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm declaring that I want to hit nation, and I'm, saying, oh, I'm setting goals. But I didn't have that mindset. I was playing small, and I was done. So I made the decision in January of 2018 that I would be a national vice president that year. And it was actually January 8th. I feel like when you make that decision, it's an actual day when you truly make the decision of you're ready to do whatever it takes, right? You're ready. I kept telling myself, if I want something different, I have to do something different. I can't just keep doing the same things I've been doing the past 4 years in my business. And so I had no proof when I made that decision. I'm going to take I just realized I haven't finished my fizz for this morning. That's why I'm like, where's my energy? But I still have half my fizz left. So when I made that decision, I had no proof. A lot of times people are like, gosh, I'll go region, when I have an area manager on my team, or when it looks like things are going well, right? But I had zero proof. I think our sponsoring was around 34 when I made that decision for the month. But I knew it was mindset. So I became obsessed. I started and finished the Success Principles. That was a book that I was handed when I first started my business. I never got through it. So I read that book. It took about 2 months, but I applied everything I read. I think 2 or 3 months. That book's like a Bible. It's huge. I also read The One Word, which is a easy read. And I picked a word. When I was thinking about my word, it was confidence. And so I think a lot of times we think confidence is a personality trait, like Christy, she's so confident, right? But it's not. It's something that we all work on daily. It's like a muscle. And I found confidence through my purposeful thinking. So really just saying my affirmations about how confident I am. And then also activity. Activity will grow your confidence in this business when you're doing what you say you're going to do. And things that stretched me in my business, that's what gave me confidence. And like I said, I kept telling myself, if I want something different, I have to do something different. And so what I did was I started picking up the phone, and I booked 19 events that first week in January. So that felt really good. That built my confidence. I hadn't done that in a couple years where I really got to work. And I basically told myself, I'm getting back to the basics. I know this works. And so I wish I could say, though, I wish I could be like, okay, those 19 events led to all this growth in my business. But really, or something exciting like that, or 3 regional vice presidents came out of those 19 events. But what happened is a lot of them rescheduled, and nothing significant came from those events other than what it did to my mindset. And what it did to my mindset is I remembered like how fun this is to meet new people, and that I was keeping my word to myself. And I became obsessed with activity and doing the things that I knew. Basically doing the activity, I removed the outcome. And so the outcome didn't determine my confidence that I would be national vice president. It was the action every day that I knew was leading one step closer to my goal. And so even if you're on here and you're thinking like, gosh, I'm going for area manager, or I'm going to regional vice president, every promotion I ever went for, we do the same thing. So if you can get to area manager, doing the things I'm talking about, you can get to national vice president, because all I did was remember what I did to get to area, to get to region. I breathed confidence in my team, and I let them know we were headed to nation. Like I said, even though we had no proof. And our volume was consistently around 60,000. So 160,000 is for Nation. So it wasn't like we were knocking on Nation's door. But with this newfound confidence, I knew I could achieve my goals despite challenges and resistance. Because whenever we set a big goal, you're going to have obstacles, right? And so with confidence came clarity, energy, productivity, and courage. And so that was really huge for me, knowing like this is happening without really seeing it. You know, sometimes it's like we want to see it before we believe it. We really have to believe it before we see it. And I also I daydreamed. I daydreamed of my regional vice presidents and where we would shop at David Yurman, and I journaled, I meditated, I got to work, and I also envisioned, a big thing was for me was envisioning who I wanted on my team and being very intentional. I envisioned amazing leaders, but also like characteristics of them, but meaning like I wanted amazing leaders, but I wanted people that wanted to go fast in this business. And I'm like, I can do this. Because I know what I'm in activity, I can teach and train them big. And when I wasn't in activity, I didn't have the confidence in myself to believe that. So after a few 90-day cycles, I started seeing momentum bubbling on our team. But then I remembered I haven't written my new winning image story for Going Nation. I had written it to go region, but I didn't do it. So I wrote my winning image story again, and it totally manifested itself over the next 3 months into my business. It was like crazy, even to hitting the NVP numbers, the time. I said 10 p.m. It was just crazy. Everything came to life from that winning image story. So, and I can also help you guys with like that template and even share mine. We can post it and I can give that to Sarah and Christy. So, a couple things that I want to leave you guys with is just knowing like this last quarter, this is when I went region. So I actually went into qualification for region in October, and I finished it out January 1st. I also finished out nation qual in October, or nation, I became a new MVP November 1st. So this quarter means so much to me. Like it has such a special place in my heart, because this is where the magic happens. Especially if you're like me and you're a procrastinator, where you're like, it's the end of the year, let's get to work. So much can happen these last 90 days. Do not, rethink your goals, rethink your activity, and rethink your mindset, and keep your goal where it is, because it can truly happen. Are you looking for this? My little 6-year-old's down here. And just remember too that this journey is all about faith. So we truly have to believe it before we see it, and really surrendering to the when or how, which means that release the timelines. Like we want to have those goals, but it can be defeating when we have a set goal. I mean, how many times did I say MVP for those 3 years and it didn't happen? And so when I just kind of believed that I almost acted as if it already happened. I took that pressure off myself. And I know for the first 5 years of my business, I didn't truly understand faith or the power of what we hold to create our lives through affirmations, through prayer, through visualizations and vision boards. I think we live in this physical world and we're so used to working really hard, but there's not only that physical aspect of reaching our goals. There is that higher power and that universal law working with us. And so it's like a relief to know that you don't have to do it on your own. The universe, God, whatever your beliefs are, is conspiring with you to help you. But it starts with you and what you truly want and believe, and that confidence. And one last thing with vision boards, if you haven't done a vision board, do it. I did not do it for the first 5 years of my business. Like I said, I was like a slow learner, and I thought affirmations were weird. I didn't understand how a vision board, looking at something with cut out magazines, how could that help me in my business? But incredible. I rewrote my vision board, and I put on there, I have earned South Africa, and I also put on there 10 RVPs in my success line. Of course, it scared me to death to write both of those, because I knew 2018 was a huge year for my business. And I was like, can this happen again in 2019? And I struggled with that. And those both just happened last week. And it's so crazy. I kind of want to show you guys my vision board. I don't think I can, but I'll send a picture, but I'm like 10. I had 5 regional vice presidents and I wrote 10. I wanted it to double and we have 10 now. Freaking crazy. Yeah. So with that, like if anyone has questions or anything, feel free to Vox me, or I am an open book. But yeah, we have incredible growth. I can't even take any kind of, credit at this point. It's like once you get that engine going, it just takes off and there's nothing. It's like I was just gone for 3 weeks on vacation and our team had our biggest month ever. So it's really amazing.
Haley, I'm so glad that you shared this morning. You did amazing. And seriously, since we've known each other, right? Because it's been like the last couple of years we've really like known each other. Like you're so, what I want people to know is you're so kind. You're also a little bit shy.
Yeah.
And you're down to earth. And so a lot of people ask, can I really do Arbonne? Can I be really successful in Arbonne when I'm not a bubbly personality, or I'm not really loud, or, I'm more reserved? And I love that you are, and your team is freaking exploding. So I would have to ask you, because I'm sure a lot of people want to know, what do you think the change was besides the affirmations? Do you feel like your sponsoring was different when you were just regular sponsoring, and then when you were like intentionally looking for certain types of people? Do you think that switched how quick your business moved?
I think, yeah, I love that you mentioned that, Christy, because I'm the opposite of Christy. Like I'm drawn to people like Christy, but I'm like, that is not me. I am such an introvert, and also I've grown a lot the past 6 years, but definitely like people are like, are you alive? Like, do you get excited? Do you get sad? I'm like, no, I just stay the same. But basically what I felt like, that whole manifestation thing is huge for me and my belief now, because I started writing down, and I would tell my upline, I'm like, I just want to attract, the type of people I wanted to attract at that point in time was, I didn't know how to use social media at all. I'm like, I want some influencers on my team. I want some people to teach me how to use social media. And I know that's where we're headed. And so I was writing down that I'm attracting people that are influencers, that want to go really quickly, that get this business right away. And that's when like Sandy came into my team, and from day one, she's had a huge vision. And so I believe that I don't even know how, you just write it down and you tell people what you're looking for, and that will get drawn to you. But if you're just like, I was talking to an area manager on my team, and she was like, I'm like, who do you want in your business? And she was like, fun people that are easygoing. I'm like, no, specific to your business, because you're going to attract fun, easygoing that aren't going to do shit, right? Like, and that's kind of what she was attracting, because you're going to attract what you put out there. I'm like, how about young entrepreneurs? How about people that understand the amazingness of multiple income streams? How about people that want to be part of a community, And so like really thinking, what do you want specific to your business? And so I specifically wanted influencers, and I'm like, I didn't even know what to do with influencers, because I'm not, and I didn't know how to do a story. And I have all these influencers on my team. So I'm like, I don't know how that worked, but I know that like NVP Mary Wright was like, do you remember 2 years ago in Italy, you specifically telling me you wanted influencers? And I'm like, yes, like that's crazy. What you can bring into your business. But it's like not just you want kind-hearted people, like you want people that are entrepreneurial, and getting specific with that, and they will get drawn to you. And it doesn't mean, I didn't personally sponsor them. They came into my business though. So you don't know how they're going to come into your business, but they will, because you're going to be very like intentional and put it out there. So it's really crazy, that whole piece, the law of attraction and all of that kind of stuff. Super Attractor is a good book that I'm reading right now.
Super Attractor. I also love that you said too that the people that have come into your business that have wanted to go fast, that are really entrepreneurs, and influencers, you don't know how to do the social media aspect, but you were looking for people to fill that hole. I think a lot of the times in our business, we look to be like the leader of the person, and we don't want to talk about the business, or we don't want to sponsor people when we feel like we're not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But you're saying the opposite. You're saying you're basically just offering the opportunity and allowing their gifts to shine, instead of feeling like you had to provide everything for them, right? Because I think sometimes people get caught up in the, well, I don't know enough, or I'm not this titled leader yet, or I'm not where I want to be, so I won't share. And you're actually kind of saying the opposite, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I've always felt like that, where I'm like, okay, who has strengths that can just, we can complement each other, and help each other. And even starting this business, I was like, I want to inspire people, but really truly, like, I want to be around people that inspire me. And so that's who I want to surround myself with in my business, people that I'm just like, that bring all these great strengths that I don't necessarily feel like I have. I know what my strengths are, but I also know what, I'm missing. So
And I think that says a lot to like the confidence of Arbonne and the confidence of our industry. So your belief is really, really strong in the confidence of Arbonne and our industry, because you can share and provide the gift and just be like, here it is. This is so amazing. Now you enter and then do what you need to do with the business, instead of feeling like, we have to know it all to be a good
yeah,
enough leader, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I do
So
think
that's
that vulnerability piece too, of like when on my team and stuff, when I'm just like, I'm not trying to be like good at everything and I'm the best and stuff. I'm just like always, they look at me, I'm like, you guys, if I can do this, anyone can do this, look at me. And so I think that's a great quality, to not feel like you have to be something you're not. Be who you are, with knowing that you're not, and that's what people are going to be drawn to, that you're real, that you're you. Maybe you're not the best speaker, they know when I get up there, I'm going to say a ton of ums and I'm going to be awkward, and it just shows them like, gosh, if she can do it, I can do it. So not trying to, be like this, I need to be really professional, or I need to be this, or you just need to be you. And that's what people are going to love, is they're actually, especially in Arbonne, we love the things that make us unique, that are probably things that you can make fun of more than anything, And so, I guess just be you and be honest and authentic. And that's what people are going to love about following you and having you be their
I
leader.
love it. I love it. If you guys have one more question, I know I have one question that I'm sure you guys are probably wanting to know. For your team, because they have been going so fast, I'm sure people ask you this every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
There is no magic sauce. And I think I want to bring this up because, you know, so many people are like, how do these people go fast? You guys, or like other teams that are going really fast, because I want them to hear it out of the horse's mouth. How come people on your team are going quickly and having so much success?
Okay. So what we have, I honestly, like, it starts with what I keep going back to, is like the manifestation. So every day in my journal, before it happened, I said, our team is exploding. And, they are really raising the bar. We're having Kaylin, she's going MVP qual. This is her 4th month in business. It took me almost 6 years, right? So I'm like, that wasn't my journey. But they are showing what's possible for all of us. So for Kaylin to go MVP in, 4 or 5 months in her business, Debbie Neal style, and she's on my team. So I'm like, okay, what it starts with is us and what we want in our business. We're going to attract that. So like I have in my gratitude journal every single day, our team's exploding, and you don't have the proof yet, but you will have the proof. And then, so it starts with that. But what happens is when you have these people come into your business, you can coach and lead them, and you're expecting them. You're expecting to get people that want to go fast. And so, and how to raise the bar. So we are telling everyone, how to go area right away. One of the things with the people that, like Kaylin, that she has been building her brand for over 10 years. So just like in real life, you have a network. Well, she is a network, online network on Instagram. So it doesn't mean that you have to have it on Instagram. But she has been building this community of people for a decade. And so you can do that, in real life, which a lot of people have. Like Sandy didn't have Sandy Critides. She didn't have a social media following, but she'd been building relationships her whole life, because that's who she is. And so when she started her business, people trusted her, but she also, both Kaylin and Sandy, they did not hesitate. They didn't do a 40 faces. Like Sandy sponsored 11 people direct her first month as a consultant. So she did not hesitate with, let me learn everything. She just saw the vision of this right off the bat. And so did Kaylin. And Kaylin, she had great results on her healthy living. So she was really passionate about the health side of it. Well, gosh, they both had great, their health totally changed on this program. So they had huge, huge belief. And so I think when I see the difference of someone who, even people that have 30,000 followers on Instagram, and Kaylin who has 10,000 followers, you can have 30,000 followers and be a consultant for a year. We have those on our team, you know? But the difference is she didn't do the 40 faces in a month. She did 3 40 faces her first month. And so she just did more. And then she also had that decade of building that community. And so for me, I didn't have a lot of relationships starting my business. So it doesn't mean that you have to have 10 years of building relationships to be successful. I didn't have that, but you can start now. You can start now with going to a BNI group, or going to, a play group, or joining a MOPS. Like, you can start now building relationships with people. And that's what I did. And so it might take you a little bit longer, but it doesn't mean that you're, not going to have success if you don't have followers, or like I said, I had no social media and at all. And so I don't even remember the question now. Oh, how are they going to back? They're just doing more.
Yes.
Doing more.
Yes. They're doing more. They're doing it with confidence, and they're doing it brave.
Yes.
Right? And I think that's what's so interesting is, like, people will look and they'll compare, to different people. And I think when we look at people's quickness, or we look at people who are really successful, look at it as, okay, what are they doing? And, like, take that and, like, go backwards and be like, okay, they've got to be doing more. Because literally, you guys, there's no magic in Arbonne. We all do the same thing. And I love that you said the 40 faces. That's what we do. We actually do the exact same getting started as you guys do.
Yeah.
Our getting started checklist is the exact same as yours. So what the difference is between your growth and the Tell the World Nation's growth, for all of you guys who are wanting to go region and nation and all these things, has nothing to do with system. It has everything to do with mindset, decision, and action. And I love that I got to hear that, but I already knew that, but everyone else got to hear it from you, because we decide our own future. I'm so grateful for you. Seriously, we would love your template on your winnings story, and love to read yours so that they can get an idea. That'd be amazing. And if you want us to send a picture of your vision board, I'm sure everyone would love it.
Okay.
Literally, is that okay?
I'm going to send it all over. Yeah.
You're the best.
Everything. And
okay.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much for sharing. You're amazing. We love you. Thank you, Haley. Bye. Bye, everybody.